All right, so quick analogy and then a quick story for you. So my analogy is I used to work in a call center, and when people would curse at you and scream at you on the phone, you would put them on hold, turn to the person next to you and say, "This crazy person is doing this, this, this. They said this," and then you would say choice words about them, get it all off your chest, go back to the phone call. "Sorry about that. Hold. I can take care of you now." And you go back to customer service voice. And there was always that fear, and we've heard horror stories of going to put someone on hold, but you don't put them on hold, and then they hear everything you say about them. And of course, if that were to happen, you would be responsible, you would be unprofessional, and you would be fired. So that kind of reminded me of this story about these doctors, because these doctors never thought that this person would hear everything that they were saying about them. The big difference between my analogy and this actual story is that these doctors put a wrong diagnosis on this person's paperwork just because of the way they felt about him. So to put a wrong diagnosis on someone's record is unprofessional and just flat out irresponsible. So they definitely deserve to lose in a court of law because you cannot, you're sworn in as a doctor to take care of people. You can't put in a false diagnosis on them. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Another quick story, a fun one about recording people. So I was getting in shape for an MMA fight. I was riding my bike to work just to get some extra cardio. A guy pulled out and almost hit me. I caught him at a red light and said, "You idiot, don't you know bicyclists have the right of way? You need to learn how to share the road." And I just sped off. I was just so upset and had my adrenaline going. And he screamed at me out the window, "Screw you." And he sped up and he hit me with his car when I was on my bike. So he totaled my bike. I had my wife come get me, take me to work. He was actually a temp worker at my warehouse. So, of course, I wanted to do crazy things to him, but I decided to do a responsible thing. I hit record on my phone. I went up to him. I said, "Hey, do you remember me?" And he said, "No." And I said, "What if I was wearing a bike helmet?" And he's like, "Oh my God, that was you? I didn't mean to hit you. I meant to hit your bike." And of course, that made no sense at all. And he just said some other really dumb stuff, but he was pretty much giving me a full confession while I was recording him. So the police used that, and he was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. And with Oklahoma being a one-party state, only one of the two parties have to consent to the recording being used on a court of law. So you never know when you're being recorded, but you also may never know when you may need a recording to help you out. So just some crazy things to think about, and I'm curious to hear what everyone has to say. Thank you.